Alright, hey guys, welcome back to another video. My nana lovelies and gents. Okay, welcome back. I'm just gonna give you guys the scoop on what I've gone through with my pregnancy. I'm going to share my experience with you guys, okay? I'm going to share my experience. Okay. I found out I was pregnant it was the night I was going grocery shopping. It was like, I think it had to be, I think it was April, last April, that I found out I was pregnant, or the most recent April that's passed, okay? Yeah, I think it was April. But I was in the grocery store, walking around with the guy I'm now dating, the guy I'm with right now, you know. We're just walking, you know, just going grocery shopping, doing normal people things, you know. And I had stopped at the freezer, and I was like, man, I really feel nauseous right now. And for me, I thought that my period was just making me feel that way. Because sometimes, you know, your period makes you feel nauseated. You have some symptoms on your period that feel like pregnancy, you know. But yeah, it wasn't bad, as you're gonna find out later. But I was like feeling really nauseated, and I was like, man, I feel sick. I feel very sick. But I'm just thinking, oh, it's just my period symptoms being strong. Because it has happened before where I had like really strong, what you call it? I had really strong PMS symptoms before. Like before my cycle started. So I didn't think nothing of it. But in the back of my mind, I'm like, okay, maybe I should take a pregnancy test. So that night, you know, I went to go and get a pregnancy test. I took one. I don't know if I have a picture of it. I probably should have took a picture. You know, one thing about me, I'm probably not the best at documenting things. So I do my best, okay? But I took a pregnancy test that night. If I have a picture, I'll put it in here. But if I don't, I apologize, okay? I apologize, okay? So I took one pregnancy test. It came out positive. And then, you know, I was in disbelief for a second. I took another test later that night. Or did I take them both? Yeah, okay, I took one and I took another one later that night. So the pregnancy test came out positive, but it was just a faint line. And normally when there's a faint line or some type of line, that means you're pregnant, okay? Point blank, period. If it's negative, it's going to be negative, you know. And I took another one that same night. That one came out the same way. So I waited the next morning to take one. I believe it came out the same. I think the line was still faint. But that's because my HCG levels were low. So that's probably why it came out like that. But it was a positive. So I think I took a number of I took a number of 3 tests. I think it was just 3 that I took. Yeah. So I really just wanted to keep it to myself at first, which I did. I kept it to myself. Didn't tell nobody, just because I just wanted to have that peace. I wanted to just enjoy the journey, the early journey of, you know, pregnancy. And I knew that because it was so early, I didn't want to tell everybody, or anybody for that matter. Just, you know, I wanted to wait until I was out my first trimester, which I pretty much did wait until I was out my first trimester. The first person I more than likely told was my older sister. You know, I told my older sister first. And she was the only one I had told, other than my boyfriend. Yeah. So I kept it to myself for that first trimester. And by the second trimester, I started telling everybody, and yeah. Kind of had no choice because my dad kind of figured it out. So I was kind of forced to tell people at that point. But that's okay. It's neither here or there. But anywho, so my first trimester, let's see, I experienced a lot of nausea. I was very nauseous, dang near every day. Like, there wasn't a day that I wasn't nauseated. Like, and it just got worse. Like, I couldn't brush my teeth. Well, I could brush my teeth, but like, you know, my gag reflex was so sensitive that I couldn't brush like way back where my, you know, because you got to brush your tongue, you know, you got to get all that back there. And I couldn't, because if I did, I would feel like I had to throw up. So yeah, most of my first trimester was me throwing up, me being hungry, but couldn't eat anything because I couldn't keep anything down. So like, I would throw it up. So my first trimester, I ate mostly saltine crackers and chicken noodle soup. That was what I ate. And drank ginger ale. That's what my diet was for most of my first trimester. Like, I didn't really eat a lot during my first trimester, unfortunately. I would have my smoothies here and there. You know, I try to eat a little healthy. Then I was taking my prenatal vitamin, which was, I think my prenatal eventually was actually making me feel sick. Like, it was, I guess it was too heavy for me to digest. I don't know. Maybe the baby didn't like it. I'm not really sure what happened with that. But I know it was one day that I was just doing like some DoorDash orders or Instacart. I was doing something. And I had to stop in the middle of the street. I had to pull over like in the turning lane at a stoplight and throw up. And let me tell you, that throw up being pregnant, whew, the throw up being pregnant is like, it's like watery. It's just, And then, you know, I'm over here throwing up in the middle of the street. And ain't nobody got out to be like, are you okay, ma'am? Do you need assistance? Like, the humanity of this world is just non-existent. And I am just appalled at people's behavior nowadays. I'm over here throwing up. Okay. And nobody stopped to say, are you okay? It's fine. It's fine. It's all right. But yeah, so, you know, I threw up in the middle of the street. Then I had to pull over. And that day I went to the emergency room because I just wanted to make sure everything was okay. Because, for one, I was barely able to eat. And then I was throwing up a little bit more than usual. Okay. And normally they say the boys don't put you through the most when you're pregnant. So why was I throwing up like that? Okay. I don't really believe those pregnancy myths now. I just don't. They say the girls make you more sick than the boys, but I was really nauseated. Okay, I felt nauseous staying there every day. And I was stoned there. Okay, I was stoned there. But yeah, so I went to the emergency room to make sure everything was all right. And everything was okay. You know, everything was good. I was in that emergency room for like, I don't know how many hours. You know, I really don't like hospitals. They suck. I do not like hospitals. It was cold. Then they had to give me like a little IV so that I can... It was supposed to help me to stop feeling nauseated, but I don't think that stuff worked. You know, I'm all for like natural ways of doing things. And whatever they gave me did not help with my nausea. Maybe it did in that moment, but after I left the hospital, I was still feeling nauseous. Okay. So I just went home and got my saltine crackers and my ginger ale, and I just laid down. Okay? Because I had time. This baby was doing a number on me. He was like, no. He was like, no. You can't eat nothing but saltine crackers and drink ginger ale and eat chicken noodle soup. Okay? That's what he was telling me. That's what he was telling me. All I could do was eat chicken noodle soup and saltine crackers. You know, it's so sad. You know, my first trimester was just so sad. It's like, no, it wasn't a sad trimester, you know. I had the support of the guy I'm with. He was very supportive. So, that's a plus. But anywho, so I left the hospital. I was still nauseated. My nausea was very strong throughout my first trimester up until, I would say, around like, I want to say my nausea stopped around like probably until it's probably like before I got to like 20 weeks it stopped, or it was like sooner than that. But my nausea basically stopped when I got to my second trimester. And in my second trimester, girl, it was smooth. Okay, it was smooth. All right, it was smooth sailing. You know, everybody found out that I was pregnant, and I was like, "Yep, I'm pregnant." Yep. Adding a new member to the family. Start, you know, what do you want to call it? Extending the bloodline. That's what we're doing here. We're extending the bloodline. Yeah. So yeah, my second trimester pretty much was smooth sailing. With all that, with all me being pregnant, I was in the process of moving and working, you know. Finding a job while being pregnant is very hard, I must say. It's not easy. Not easy. But I found one. My second trimester. I found something worthwhile. Okay, something worthwhile. Yeah. Okay, I'm going off track. Anywho. Yeah. So everybody knew what was what, okay? And then by like the third trimester is when I started doing my registry. I'm gonna put some pictures in here. I didn't keep up with my first through second. I just got caught up in life, really. You know. So I didn't get to document a lot of this. I'm trying to give you guys like a overview of some things I went through during my pregnancy. there'll probably be different parts to this, maybe. We'll see. I'm trying to think of like what else. So the first trimester was mostly nausea, me throwing up, you know. Oh, when I got to like the second trimester, all I wanted to do was eat, okay? Eat, sleep, sleep, eat and sleep, okay? That's all I wanted to do. That's all I was doing pretty much. Like the second trimester, I was so tired. The first trimester, yeah, I was tired too. I was probably more tired than my first, but the second one, I was still like experiencing that heavy tiredness. Like I didn't want to do nothing for real. Like I just wanted to relax and just be a lump on a log pretty much. But I am gonna do a part 2, and I'm gonna talk about some more stuff I've been going through with my pregnancy. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this little video. Yeah. Hope you enjoyed this video. I'm gonna be back with more, so stay tuned, okay? And hopefully I can remember where I left off, so I'm not repeating myself. So yeah. I will see you guys in the next video, okay? You guys, be positive, be great, keep your head up, have faith, and I'm gonna see y'all in the next one. Deuces. Thanks for watching, my lovelies and gents. Hey, it's Nia on the beat, making these videos about to be heat. Stay tuned, Nana Love TV.